Okay, so hi, my name is Khushi Chitkara. My research or review paper topic was what effects do early childhood experiences have on the cognition of social decision making? My mentor was Ollie Fegter, and she really helped me throughout this process. This topic was of great interest to me because of the relevance that it had in my life. When I make decisions, I always recall my past experiences and reflect upon, how those past decisions made me feel and everything like that. And I'm sure we all do at some point. And that just really made me curious on how our childhood experiences can alter our decisions. Because, when we judge people or we think about people in a specific way, are we really just judging them because they have a difficult past or because they're truly doing something wrong? So my background is that oftentimes when getting to know someone, we don't really know much about their childhood. Sometimes it seems like their upbringing really doesn't matter, but it really helps to establish their perception of the world. Later in life, um, while individuals' decision-making processes might be influenced by their early childhood experiences. For example, if a child was bullied in their gym class about their athletic abilities, they may be hesitant to participate in a recreational sporting event later in life for fear of being judged. Furthermore, perception, attention, and memory are key processes used in decision making. In addition to these cognitive processes, as an individual's social decision making process may be affected by psychiatric disorders such as anxiety and depression. First, let's look at the cognitive aspects of decision making. Cognitive processes such as memory, language, perception, social cognition, and executive functioning all play a role in shaping social decision making. These processes affect the way an individual interacts with the world around them. And this is especially the case with socially based decision making. Decision making is defined as the act of examining various options and choosing the alternative that appears most effective in achieving a specific goal. Social decision making was most relevant in my paper, and it is a specific subset of decision making that considers the influence of others' thoughts, ideas, or suggestions on our own decisions and choices. Now, I'm going to go into two of the five of the cognitive aspects, which is memory and executive functioning. So, the cognitive process of storing, collecting, retaining, and recovering information is referred to as memory. More simply, memory consists of encoding and retrieving information. Memory is a key part of human cognition because it allows individuals to recall memories from their past in order to frame their present experiences. As such, memory is a part of everyday decision-making. For example, if a parent taught their kid to respect others around them in early life, then as an adult, the child would respect their peers. Additionally, executive functioning is a set of behaviors that takes place in the frontal and prefrontal cortices. It's the ability to plan ahead, set and meet goals, and much more. So, a student may feel tired at the end of a long school day and want to take a nap, but they inhibit that desire so that they can prioritize and complete school assignments. That's an example of the executive functioning being put to use. Now let's look into childhood experiences and how they affect decision-making later on in life. One way childhood experiences shape decision-making is through parent-child relationships. For example, children reared with a strict parenting style may have less opportunities to exercise independence and make mistakes. As such, they make more rash decisions later on in life. By contrast, children with more independence have more opportunity to make mistakes and learn from their mistakes. These children may be less rash. More well-thought-out decisions are made in adulthood. Also, interpersonal relationships and experiences at school with friends, classmates, and just their school in general may help to shape their decisions when they're older. For example, if a child expresses their beliefs and values at school and is dismissed by their peers, they may feel lonely and isolated. If later they're given an opportunity to gain popularity, they might be easily influenced by others' experiences and doing the wrong thing in order to gain acceptance. In conclusion, while both neurocognitive functioning and childhood experiences may independently shape social decision-making, in some cases, and most, they interact. Language, memory, and executive functions are dynamic cognitive skills that change over the course of a lifetime and are often shaped by our developmental history and social context. As social beings, our decisions are constantly driven by conscious memories of our childhood and the past. The interaction of childhood experiences and neurocognitive functioning gives a rise to social decision-making processes that are ever evolving. Thank you.
Awesome. Khushi, we also have a couple of questions come in for you. The first one being, how can research in this area help people overcome the ways childhood experiences may negatively impact their lives in adulthood?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think that through learning this and learning that it does have a big impact in our lives, we can learn that we can always grow from our mistakes or things that other people may have made fun of us for, because we're all unique in our own ways. And I believe that, if we truly all have our self-confidence and trust each other and, trust ourselves, then we can really overcome it through this research.
Great. And even when you were working with an amazing mentor, what was the hardest part or the challenge you faced during your research process?
Honestly, I think that the hardest part was, I don't know, I'd actually say that the hardest part was kind of making that conclusion with the research, because I think that with all like these pieces of research, you kind of have to use your own thoughts and ideas in a review paper. And I think at first, knowing that I had to kind of review other research, that was hard for me because I thought I had to specifically go off of the research that I found. But I think what I learned was that review papers are also about what you think about the topic. And I think thinking about that was kind of the hardest part. But then as I got it, it became the easiest.
Awesome. Now you have familiarized yourself with the existing literature and have done your own research. If you think about it, what kind of next question would you pose to the field to continue the investigation?
So actually, I've already started another research paper regarding this. And I think that decision making can be, influenced by a lot of things. And so like, as a junior in high school, sleep is something that has been really relevant in my life, staying up to complete assignments or just wanting to stay up because I don't want to sleep, but then, that having negative impacts. I wanted to research sleep and decision making. And so I recently just started researching how sleep and specifically REM sleep can affect our motivation and decision making.
Got it. Awesome. Thank you, Khushi.